In the opening scenes of the movie, we're introduced to Adam, an American beekeeper, diligently tending to his hives. Meanwhile, his neighbor, an elderly woman, is occupied with her own tasks. Adam informs her of his beekeeping activities in her fields, assuring her of his intention to harvest honey. He also mentions setting up machinery to attract more bees. Grateful for his assistance, the old woman thanks him. Later, Adam is shown working in his garage, extracting honey from the hives. Simultaneously, the old woman encounters a computer virus notification on her laptop. Seeking help, she contacts the provided company number, expressing her lack of familiarity with such issues. The technician warns her of potential data loss due to the virus but offers assistance through an app download. Unbeknownst to her, this grants the technician access to her system. Discovering a substantial sum in her account, the technician initiates a transfer of $50,000 under the guise of a mistaken transaction. Upon realizing the error, the old woman attempts to return the money, only to have her system hacked, leading to a complete shutdown. Meanwhile, the technician and their accomplices celebrate their successful theft. Later that evening, Adam visits the old woman's house to deliver honey, sensing something amiss as he ventures inside. He encounters Emma, the old woman's daughter and a police officer, who is grieving her mother's death. Suspicion falls on Adam due to the knife he carries, but Emma's partner suggests otherwise, believing in Adam's innocence. However, Emma remains convinced of Adam's guilt, unable to accept the possibility of her mother's suicide. She approached Adam, questioning his presence at her mother's house. Adam explained that he had come to share, being a beekeeper. Emma, upon inspecting the fields, discovered the abandoned bee machinery. Reviewing the laptop, she uncovered the missing funds, leading her to realize Adam's innocence. Apologizing to Adam the next day, Emma invited him to her home, revealing her mother's charity funds had been scammed by a company called Oma. She explained the prevalence of such online fraud. Adam, unaware of the situation, praised the old woman's goodness and promptly reported the scam to a secret service. Receiving the address of Oma, Adam confronted the company building the following day. Despite being halted by guards, he overpowered them and stormed into the scamming operation. Ignored by the scammers, Adam resorted to violence, coercing them to cease their schemes. After dousing the area with petrol and confronting the main perpetrator, Adam threatened to detonate bombs placed throughout the building. As he departed, the worker arrived with reinforcements, but Adam retaliated fiercely. Moments later, explosions rocked the building, destroying it entirely. The worker reported the incident to their superior, Matt, who questioned Adam's motive and the extent of the destruction. The worker speculated that Adam sought revenge for being scammed, despite their usual targets being elderly individuals. Matt pondered the fate of their team, learning they had been annihilated by Adam's actions. Now, Matt confides in the head of his guards, a seasoned and courageous individual, divulging the recent events. Matt expresses his need for reinforcements, to which the head of guards agrees to provide. Subsequently, Matt instructs the worker to locate Adam, promising the deployment of his goons. The worker discovers Adam's involvement in their scam and finds him at the old woman's house, where Adam is seen working in the fields. The goons arrive, targeting Adam's machinery before breaching his factory. However, Adam fiercely defends his territory, attacking the intruders relentlessly. In a moment of terror, Adam mutilates the worker's fingers, leaving the worker traumatized. Emma arrives with her team, witnessing the devastation of Adam's factory in the aftermath of the explosion. Adam escapes with the worker, taking him to a bridge and calling Matt to report the situation. Adam then secures the worker to the car and plunges both into the sea, ensuring the worker's demise. In a tense exchange, Adam threatens Matt, vowing to track him down. Matt, realizing the gravity of the situation, seeks protection from the head of guards, who acknowledges the unprecedented ruthlessness displayed by Adam. Despite the looming threat, Matt's mother advises him to handle his own misdeeds while the head of guards arranges for assistance from their gang. Meanwhile, Emma discovers the worker's mutilated body near the submerged car, prompting her to intensify the hunt for Adam. The task of eliminating Adam falls upon a skilled killer, who ambushes Adam by crashing her car into his. Despite her initial attempts, Adam manages to evade her gunfire, retaliating by striking her with a box of honey, causing her to bleed. Now, drenched in honey, Adam ignites the flames, engulfing the assailant who burns to death. Ensuring no trace remains, Adam severs her fingers before departing. Continuing his rampage, Adam proceeds to set ablaze the petrol pump, leaving it in ruins. The head of the goons promptly informs the head of guards of the situation, revealing the demise of their top assassin. Shocked by the news, the head of guards vows to handle the matter personally. Matt questions why the situation wasn't resolved sooner, prompting assurance from the head of guards to manage the crisis. Meanwhile, Emma and her companion inspect the destroyed petrol pump, deducing the involvement of a significant figure behind the attacks. Recognizing the severity of the threat, they decide to seek assistance from their superiors. The head of guards mobilizes a large force of goons to eliminate Adam, distributing his image and relevant details to his men. Adam, meanwhile, infiltrates a factory, utilizing the severed fingers to bypass security measures. Inside, he gathers crucial intel on companies associated with Oma Company before departing discreetly. Emma and her companion report the escalating violence to a senior FBI officer, urging intervention to thwart Adam's destructive spree. Recognizing the urgency, the officer agrees to deploy additional resources. At another Oma Company affiliate, Matt's associate, tasked with training personnel for fraudulent activities, is warned of potential danger and advised to evacuate. Initially resistant, he relents after speaking with Matt, who asserts his authority. As discussions ensue among the officers on how to apprehend Adam, he unexpectedly arrives, correcting misinformation about his weight. Adam's presence signals a confrontation, heightening tensions among. Upon hearing Adam's revelation, the officers were stunned, recognizing him as their target. They attempted to apprehend him, but Adam proved uncontrollable, overpowering them with ease and rendering most unconscious. He spared one officer before ascending to confront Matt's associate, who was preparing to flee with his staff. Adam issued a warning, giving them 2 minutes to vacate the premises to avoid harm. However, Matt's associate refused, prioritizing job security over safety. As the revived officers intervened, Adam deftly used a hostage to shield himself from gunfire, eliminating those who pursued him one by one. The remaining officers pursued Adam into the elevator, firing recklessly. In a decisive move, Adam dispatched the elevator, crushing his pursuers. Confronting Matt's associate, Adam demanded answers regarding their illicit activities, resorting to violence when met with silence. Displaying a picture of the old woman, Adam accused them of driving her to suicide through their scams. Threatening further harm unless information was provided, Adam was shown a picture of Matt, identified as a significant threat. Undeterred, Adam likened their encounter to facing the Queen Bee, emphasizing his resolve. Emma and her companion arrived, prompting Adam to retreat discreetly. Before departing, Adam confessed to Emma's companion regarding her mother's death, evading direct confrontation. Despite being briefly detained by the officer, Adam slipped away without causing harm. Meanwhile, Matt and the head of guards were at a party when the latter received a call. Concerned, they left to confer privately, acknowledging the need to involve Matt's mother due to their company's compromised status. Matt, seeking his mother's assistance, briefed her on the situation, eliciting. It was uncovered that Matt's mother held the position of President of the United States. Upon learning of Adam's involvement, Emma realized his likely target was Matt, who orchestrated the fraudulent companies with a larger entity named Danforth. Emma shared this revelation with a senior FBI officer, disclosing Matt and his mother's involvement in the scams, though Matt's mother remained unaware of her son's illicit activities. The FBI officer emphasized the need for discretion and assured Emma of handling the situation. Emma anticipated Adam's intention to confront Matt and his mother, prompting the officer to authorize deployment of additional personnel to thwart Adam's plans. The following day, Emma and her companion secured the White House, where the head of guards enlisted the aid of another formidable killer for protection. Matt's mother arrived, and after thorough security checks, entered the premises. However, Adam infiltrated the convoy by concealing himself beneath a truck, eliminating an officer during inspection. Disguised as a guard, Adam strategically placed a bomb in a vehicle before rejoining the ranks. Upon entering the White House, he spotted the head of guards, catching Emma's attention. As officers converged, a confrontation ensued, with Adam being apprehended. Inside, Matt's mother demanded answers from Adam, unaware of his identity. The FBI officer arrived, revealing the extent of the fraudulent activities linked to Danforth. Shocked, Matt's mother confronted her son, who reluctantly confessed to his wrongdoing, admitting to funding his mother's charitable endeavors with ill-gotten gains. The fraudulent activities orchestrated by companies under our umbrella, Danforth, were exposed. Adam triggered a car bomb, eliminating the remaining individuals and infiltrating the White House. Matt confronted his mother, admitting to funding her requests through illicit means. Horrified by her son's actions, Matt's mother demanded restitution, vowing to return the stolen funds and apologize publicly. Matt resisted, unwilling to comply. Meanwhile, Adam continued his relentless assault, leaving a trail of casualties in his wake. Engaged in a fierce struggle, Adam confronted a killer sent to apprehend him, emerging victorious despite the brutal encounter. Undeterred, he pressed onward, ultimately confronting the head of guards, who cautioned against further action. Defiant, Adam declared his acceptance of death. In a moment of desperation, Matt, consumed by fear, resorted to violence, shooting the FBI officer. As chaos ensued, Adam breached the inner sanctum, where Matt threatened his own mother's life to preserve his own. Emma intervened, witnessing Adam's lethal actions as he swiftly eliminated Matt. Departing without a word, Adam evaded Emma's pursuit, ultimately vanishing into the sea. Donning a swimsuit, Adam escaped into the water, evading capture by the pursuing officers. And with that, the tale concludes, leaving behind a trail of destruction and unanswered questions.